I would say I don't think we would have been able to do this move without all of our kids being so incredibly helpful. I mean, it's so nice because the kids are a lot older now where it's like grab something, put it in the house, and they're just all on board and just great attitudes all around. It's gonna be really nice because we get a chance, like, I finally, for the first time in my life, I get to actually make my home a home. And it's nice because I've always loved doing like a lot of different like projects. I'm very project oriented, but it was so funny because when I first started praying over the house that we were gonna have, I was like, God, I really like projects, but I don't really want to do any projects right now because I have already so much on my hand right now that I really was kind of torn between like, do I want to do projects or don't I? Like, I do, but I don't. But I do, but I don't know. Like, I wasn't sure. I was so on the line. The kids are going to sleep, and so it's super quiet. We're gonna remodel the bathroom. Like, we have so many different things we're gonna be doing. So I'm feeling super grungy right now. Like, oh my goodness. Um, but it's exciting. Like, I feel like my life is never ever boring because I literally always have something going on, like every single day. And it's so funny because I've always, like, every morning, I promise you, without fail, I wake up and I'm like, I don't have anything to do. I am so bored. And then as soon as I start my day, I'm like, oh, I have so much to do. Even though I already have a planner that I plan everything out in, everything guaranteed, something in those plans are probably not going to go exactly like A to Z as planned. And so sometimes I wake up with like what's going to happen today, like not knowing like what in that schedule is actually going to change or what am I actually going to do different, because I might put it in the planner and write it down and I'm going to have this whole amazing God almighty plan of action, like this is what I'm going to do, and then something is bound to happen like that, or it's like I'm putting, one of the kiddos to nap and I need to pause what I'm doing because, oh, I gotta put them to nap. Or, you know what, I'm gonna do lunch and I'll have an idea for lunch and then maybe I'll forget an ingredient and be like, oh, I'm not making that today. Okay, I'm gonna make something else. So there's always something that's going to change because that's just a part of life. So I've learned to be so flexible. Like, or sometimes I will have an entire plan of like, oh, I'm going to make this, like all these different things today. And then I get sidetracked and I'm doing something else. So life is full. Like, our life is so full. And like, I don't know, moving here, I was like, oh my gosh, we have so much stuff. I literally have more stuff than I know what to do with. So I'm a little overwhelmed at the moment by that. So I'm like, okay, I really need to like, and I'm sure once I put everything away, it's not going to be as much as I think. And then it'll be like, why did I think it was that much? So it's probably not as big. It's just the move. Like, there's so many boxes and just like, I don't like moving. It's like, it's fun for the adventure, but the part about moving that I don't like is the whole pack up, the whole gear up, the whole putting things into the moving van and then getting it out. It's a lot of work. So much work. Um, you just have to be flexible. Yeah. To be in a large family, like, you literally have to be so flexible and so grateful to God for whatever He provides. I have so many unique things to do now. Like, I'm so not bored. Like, I always think I'm bored. I'm not bored. I literally have like a list, like a mountain of stuff that I'm doing with my life. So God is so, God is like, I couldn't even tell you. When I was growing up, my grandma would say that God was full of mysteries and we never knew what God was going to do next. And that we didn't know how to know the mind of God or like what He would be up to. And yeah, it's so true.